It'd be kind of cool if he rained meteors down from the sky to take care of his enemies. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with the Tale of Zatoichi Continues. This is a donation reward for Venom, and is the second of the Zatoichi film series. So we reacted back in September, about 7 months ago now, which is wild to me. We reacted to the first Tale of Zatoichi movie. And for those who don't know, and are maybe confused about my cold open there, Zatoichi, and especially the actor who portrays him here, directly inspired the One Piece character Admiral Fujitora, also known as Isho. Um, and he has a devil fruit ability in One Piece where he can rain meteors down from the sky. It's gravity based. It's pretty insane. So yeah. He's directly inspired by him, including his design. He looks just like the guy. And so it's like, that is my kind of inspiration for that cold open. And if you haven't seen my reaction to the first movie, I would definitely suggest it. I don't know how much continuity is going to matter with these films, but just to be safe. So, what I remember from the first movie, Zatoichi is a wandering swordsman who is blind, very kindly, a former masseuse, and really does not like fighting, but will do it if and only when necessary. And we saw him have to deal with the Yakuza in the first movie, because the Yakuza are actually a lot older than you think. And he had to deal with them, a couple different rival groups. He was actually working for one of them at one point. And it ended with him kind of being disillusioned by everything. Like, even this girl who very clearly had feelings for him and, you know, wanted out of her bad situation, like, he just left her in the end. Didn't even say goodbye or anything because he was so just brought down by everything around him. Kind of sucks for her, though, to be fair. So this movie is also in black and white. I don't know if the entire film series is. It probably goes to color at some point. But to my knowledge, this movie, just like the first, is in black and white. And I don't entirely know what to expect next. Like, where is his journey going to take him now? Dude is excessively talented. He's really, like, pacifistic and kind. So it's like, now that he's left this entire situation with the Yakuza behind, what's his next goal, I guess? Where is he going to go? What is he going to do? What's he going to get involved in? I'm very curious. But I did enjoy the first movie. I thought it was actually pretty good. Not like the best movie ever or anything, but it was a fun film and had a lot of good heart to it, a lot of good messaging. I really liked it. So now we get to this one, and hopefully it ends up being just as good, if not even better. But it's not the only great thing we have on this channel, because every day of the week, Monday through Friday, we do 2 reactions per day, 2 series reactions per day, I should specify, because on Mondays we also do YouTube reactions. And on Wednesdays we have been going through some gaming content, specifically streaming Momodora Moonlit Farewell. However, during this week we managed to finish that out. So, starting next week, I'm going to get all the details together, let you know on Monday what the deal is. But starting next week, we're going to be moving on to PS5 content with Spider-Man 2. And we also have movie reactions just like this on Saturdays and Sundays. They're recorded earlier in the week, but they are uploaded to the channel during the weekends so that every day has something posted. There are also other types of videos that occasionally appear on the channel, such as AMVs or even countdown lists and so on and so forth. Those will appear just kind of at my discretion whenever I finish them or get to them, whenever I can, basically. There's no set schedule for that like there is with the rest of the show reactions and everything. But nonetheless, they will still get posted every so often. And yeah, that all being said, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, any thoughts, or whatnot, feel free to always post those in comments. But let us get this going and see what this movie has in store for us. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the movie. So, all of that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, yeah, I looked up the movie a little more, and it definitely was his actual brother. And at the end, yeah, it was meant to be like a super abrupt cutoff like that. And he definitely killed him. He definitely got that killing strike there. But it's actually wild to see how angry Zatoichi got at the end. Because he's normally a pretty chill guy. Like, even when things happen that upset him, he doesn't usually, like, let his emotions take control like that. But here, he did. He lost himself to his anger. Like, it's made very clear that he resented his brother for what he did, but he never wanted to kill him. He never wanted him to die. In fact, it's actually kind of implied that Ochio hated Yoshiro more than Ichi did. Because it refers to Yoshiro as the man that she hated most. So it's actually implied that, like, her hatred for him was a lot stronger than Ichi's ever was. And Yoshiro, meanwhile, hated Ichi because Ichi had in the past gone after him for stealing Ochio away. And he caused him to become crippled. And it's possible that that led to his entire life of crime, the rape, murder, theft, all of that. But that would... Sorry if you heard those sirens. But either way, that was still Yoshiro's decision to make, nonetheless. That wasn't on Ichi. But I like that this movie is a continuation of the last. Even though it takes place a year later, it's still a continuation of the first movie. And we actually do get some closure with Otane. Like, she hears Ichi talking about her at the end, and it's like he's happy that she's found happiness and that she can find a husband who will be good for her. And she leaves. She's not seen again. She leaves, and it's like, presumably, like, she seems sad about it. But she genuinely understands his feelings there, that he doesn't feel like he's good for her. And that he's just happy that she's found someone else. And she knows that it's not going to work out between them. Even if she wants it to. Even if she wants to give it another go. She leaves in tears, but she respects his wishes in the end. It's a sad closure, but it is closure. You feel for her, but at the same time, you're also happy that she found someone she can love. And like Zatoichi said, it's like knowing her, it's going to be someone who respects her and will make her happy rather than be a terrible lout. this movie this movie felt like it was more focused than the first one. Like it I don't know if it is actually any shorter. I would have to go back and see how long the first one is again. But it feels like it was shorter. If because it feels like there's less build up you have to do. The first movie you had to be introduced to a lot of stuff. This movie it just is allowed to just breathe and go at its own pace. And that tends to be how it goes when you have a series like this. When you have a first movie of a series, the first movie is going to be a little bit of a slog to get through sometimes because you have to be introduced to the characters, the plot, the idea, the lore. And after that, the movies are allowed to just kind of like just go into the story, go into the action. And this one definitely does that. It allows us to see what Zatoichi is doing a year later and how it all connects to the first movie and how in the end everything just really blends into this tragic story. But from here on out, it also comes across like it's going to not forget about what came before, of course. But it seems like it's going to start going into a different direction from what I can see. Because this felt like it was the end of this part of the story. And from here, they're going to move on. Because this gave us closure to stuff from the first movie. It finished out this storyline. And it did great at that. But now they can go in other directions and bring Zatoichi into other situations and to other places with other people. It doesn't have to center around the same, major enemies and just overall stories. Like in the first movie, I really like a lot of the choices they made with the music and the visuals. I like that the swords don't make sound when they're rushing through the air. Even though that can be really cool in anime and stuff, it's not real. It's not even slightly real. And it's not just anime. It's not just animation. A lot of live action stuff will do that too. Because it's cool. It's great. But it's not realistic. The swords would not be making that much of a sound. They might make like a little sound of like whooshing through the air, but it's going to be very slight. It's not going to be like this like big sound. When the swords hit each other, it's not going to be like this grandiose clanging and whatnot like you hear in a lot of this media. It just isn't. I also like that the actors, as corny as some of this is, still really gave it their all. All of them really felt like they were putting everything they had into these performances. And yeah, it's definitely corny. It's definitely cheesy. There's a little bit of ridiculousness to the way that they take hits and stuff. But again, they act like it's the most serious thing in the world, and that sells it. And I like that. Yeah, I think it's a good movie. It's nothing amazing, just like the first one. It's good, and it does its job well. Now, as for where the movies go from here, that's kind of up in the air. But I'm definitely excited to see how this series continues to progress. Because there's so many goddamn movies in this. I think that's why it also took me as long to get back to these. Because it's like it's a daunting task to get to these many movies. At some point, I might have to do like a marathon of these. Like maybe have a week or a month even marathoning some of these movies. It might just be necessary to get through at least a portion of them within some good time. Because like having like even a few months between, it's gonna take forever to get through them. Much less like 7 months like we had between the first and this one. But yeah, yeah. I think this was good. I really enjoyed it, if nothing else. And I can't wait to see where this continues to go. So thank you to Venom for donating, as always. And just as a note, we do have plenty of other great stuff on the channel. Every day of the week, Monday through Friday specifically, we do two different series reactions each day. On Mondays, we also do YouTube reactions. And on Wednesdays, we're currently doing gaming content. We just finished Momodora Moonlit Farewell. I know I haven't changed the banner yet, but that will be changed probably by Monday. It should be changed by Monday. But now that we finished Momodora, we are going to be moving on to PS5 stuff with Spider-Man 2, and I'm pretty excited for that. We also do movie reactions just like this every Saturday and Sunday. They're recorded earlier in the week, but they are posted on the weekends. And we have occasional other videos as well up here on the channel, such as AMVs and countdown lists and so on and so forth. Those are posted basically whenever I get to them. It's always kind of up in the air. They're not on any kind of schedule. It just depends on when I end up getting to them. But yeah. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Tell me your thoughts on The Tale of Zatoichi Continues down in the comments below. And for now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.